I'm David Tapia. This is my mock of a reimagined World War II with mechs instead of tanks. We also have a train running around it with like an armored car. There's another train on that. Another mech on that flatbed. I just try to capture the aesthetics of the tanks from that time period, World War II. So that one over there looks a little bit like a Sherman tank maybe with the rounded front. On the other side, we've got your average German Panzer tank for the big one. And then, maybe some kind of self-propelled armor for the other one. I got the Hogwarts Express train, and I was like, I need to incorporate this. So that's why that's what the train is. It's a recolor of that set. And then on over here to the right, we've got, first off, the Pacific Theater. A couple of Marine Corps guys coming out of that slightly less to scale Higgins boat, attacking the Japanese on one of the islands or something. And another mech, maybe that's along the lines of like a priest or something, but, self-propelled artillery. And then following further right, we've got the Eastern Front with the Russians. This is a kind of a reimagined T-34. And then over here is one of their self-propelled armor. Can't pronounce the name for the life of me. And we've got a couple German over here with some camo and stuff. This one is not based on any real-life tank or a piece of armor. It's based off of a model from a tabletop game. So just kind of continuing the theme of reimagining World War II if it had mechs instead of tanks, or, just kind of getting crazy with it.
It's a super creative idea. It's kind of a nice twist on the typical sort of World War II builds.
For sure, yeah. I started out with this one over here, building that, and tried to get the sloped front with the curve on the front of it, and put some legs on it. I can't do treads, I can't do the wheels, so let's give it some legs and make it walk.
And then in the largest the part of the layout here, you've also got that awesome airship. If you want to talk a little bit more about that and how that came together.
Sure. So one of the other things that I build is sailing ships. So I had a couple of the black hull pieces from the Black Pearl, and I didn't know what to do with them. I didn't have enough of them to make a full ship body, so I put them together and started working forwards from there. I saw this the planet piece. That's the big ball there. It's from one of the Star Wars lines. Figured that would fit nicely in there to kind of keep it afloat, quote unquote. And then I was either thinking maybe a battleship with some big guns on it. I do also build reimagined airplanes from this era as well, so I thought, why not put a flight deck on top and make some mini little aircraft. It does have an interior. These are the anchor points. They pop off. Those are kind of like anti-aircraft guns or something or other. And that pulls away. There's a little crane with a lift to get between decks. Ooh, the engine fell off. It's not supposed to do that. So yeah, it's a kind of a basic interior. We've got bunks for the crew, and over here there's a quick little galley. This guy taking a snack with his dog. And then there's shower with a sliding door. Bit of a cramped bathroom. Some extra storage over here. And the plane actually fell off and bit the dust, but this is a kind of a mechanics area, fixing bay. With some drawers and extra tools there for him. And kind of the idea is that maybe they've made some advances in robotics that we haven't done quite yet, so that's why throughout the builds you'll see people with these extra arms, augmented sight and things like that. Let me grab one of the other planes so I can show you those as well. A couple different colors here kind of represent, like, maybe these guys are aces, so they get to recolor their fighters slightly different. The wings do fold up. There's a little hinge piece right there. They fold up so that they fit easier, and I guess like that, like the landing bay, or so that you can conserve space. It's an aircraft carrier. And then that was just the idea, is to kind of design it around that wing folding mechanism and make it as strong as possible. And of course, they are quite a bit smaller than they would need to be to actually fly, but that's always been a problem with flying aircraft carriers in general.
Just generally speaking. I like that. That's a really neat idea. So we come back over to the main layout here real quick. If you want to maybe just take us through a little bit of kind of the landscape and what else we have going on here.
Sure. So like I said, as soon as I got the Harry Potter thing, I needed to combine that with the larger layout. So I did the recolor on that. And then for that, I needed the track to run around it. I started out with this build, like I said, with one of the smaller ones over there and then the smaller German mech on this side. And it was only about 2 base plates wide. If anyone out there who does trains knows, they take up a lot of space. The track takes up a lot of space, so I had to expand really fast. So I looked into building with mills so that I could get the variations in the height and everything. And of course, the water, that takes up quite a lot of space real fast. So that was easy to throw in. And there are about, I'd say, 5,000 one-by-one round clears in there for the water. And then I have no idea how many lightsaber blades there are for the in there as well. We also have a couple Easter eggs. We got Chewie getting mad and throwing a guy out of the tank. We got Gollum catching a fish. And this guy over here taking a bath. He was supposed to be in the shower in the aircraft carrier, but he decided he wanted to wash up down here with the clean, fresh water. Also, there's Han and Leia. Maybe they're a little bit lost. Not sure where they're going. Staying safe. And then on the eastern front, I don't know if we can get a shot, but there's one of the stormtroopers has found the droids they're looking for with R2-D2 and C-3PO. So, I did like to include a lot of the Star Wars aesthetics. Obviously, there are tons of walkers in Star Wars in general. So that's kind of a logical connection for the two.
Right. And it all works really well together. So yeah, I love the different take on World War II scenes here and the different creative builds that you were able to do inspired by World War II vehicles. So thank you so much for taking us through everything.
Thank you.